boy, this is a great job. We have a chance to meet some people that are absolutely fascinating. And at the Funny Bone tonight and tomorrow night is a guy that I'm sure you've all seen before. This man right here, John Witherspoon, is at the Funny Bone performing tonight and tomorrow. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, thank you so much. It's cold here.
It's a little bit.
This is warm for here right now.
Now, you've been in the entertainment industry for a little while.
Yes, about 45 years.
Yeah.
So what in the heck are you doing here?
This is fun. It's part of show business. It's beautiful.
You're on a big tour right now, or are you going across the country?
I started in January, and I go on all the way to actually probably December. Plus, I have 2 TV shows that I have to work on in the meantime.
Yes, keeping you busy.
Yeah, very busy.
Yeah, no, speaking of busy, back in we just talked about this yesterday, as a matter of fact. Yesterday was the anniversary date of Barnaby Jones' first airing on CBS. And you were on Barnaby Jones the first year.
Yeah, I was on Barnaby Jones. And I'm happy I got that job because I needed that money for my rent. I was
back then. Do you remember what they paid for Barnaby Jones back then?
But they paid more than they would pay now, actually.
No way.
For a week player, yes. And plus, when they showed the same show you were on, again, you get 95% of your money. But now it's not 95%. Now it's down to about 25%.
Right.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Back then they would give you 95% of your money you made initially.
I didn't realize.
Yeah,
that.
big time.
How about that? So that's why you're living high.
Yeah, well, I wasn't living high then, but it was, at least I paid my rent.
That's the important thing. But you've been in movies. For those people that may not know, rattle off some of the movies that you've been in.
Friday, I was in Little Man. I was in, the Jazz Singer was the first movie I was in with Neil Diamond.
Right.
Yeah. Neil Diamond was, he played Cantor or something. It was Cantor. And Laurence Olivier was in that. Laurence Olivier.
He's his father, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think it was his father.
Yeah.
And we had a scene where we were in the nightclub, and Neil Diamond was always concerned about his hair. So he would come back to me and say, "How did my hair look on that thing, on that shot?" I said, because I need my rent. So I said, "I didn't look. Something fell. It didn't work. So we had to shoot it again." We shot that scene about 12 times.
There you go. You're a smart man.
Oh, I had to get my rent. I had overtime, double overtime.
There you go.
There you go. Well, if I read correctly, there's a lot of music influence in your family.
Yeah, my brother used to work at Motown, so I knew all the big heavy guys, Marvin Gaye and the Temptations. I used to play basketball with the Temptations. I'm from Detroit.
Really? Oh, that's great.
And I live about 3-4 blocks away from the Motown. And so my brother William Witherspoon wrote "What Becoming the Broken Hearted."
Oh yeah,
that song. That's so
yeah, absolutely.
That is so cool.
So what made you, with such a fun musical influence in your life growing up, what made you want to go over to comedy and performing?
Well, it wasn't my brother at Motown, but my other brother. From a family of 11 kids.
11?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of kids.
And where are you in the pecking
Right in the middle where nobody give a damn. Right there. And that's why I got the heck out of there.
That's why he has a comedy background.
Yes.
He had to laugh at things.
Yes. So my brother used to go, I used to live with he and his wife for 6 months, and they used to go to a theater group every Thursday. So I said, I'd like to be an actor. And I looked in the Yellow Pages and saw John Binkelman's acting classes. I called up and I set up a class with him, and then that started from there. I was so shocked from the life I was living to being in the acting world.
Was that in Detroit? Or
Detroit, yeah.
Okay.
Detroit. What was the first gig that you got after you went and learned?
Well, he did a comedy show once a year at the Art Institute. The Art Institute got auditoriums in there. So he said, "Why don't you do some comedy and we will put you on the show?" I said, "I don't know anything about comedy." I mean,
just out of the blue, he said, "Do some comedy."
Yeah, well, because I was one of his students, so he wanted all his students to do a comedy bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so but at the time, it was Johnson was the president. So I did impression of Johnson and an impression of Johnny Mathis. Stole the show. I said, "Wow, maybe I can make some money doing this." Then I would do free shows on Sunday afternoon for old folks home. And I've been trying to hit these notes with doing Frank Sinatra and all that stuff. People they didn't order doing this to me.
Because they know the music.
They know Frank Sinatra, and that ain't Frank Sinatra.
That's fun. But that's how it all
But
got
I continued,
started.
I continued, and And I didn't get a paid job. They didn't pay me for that. Not in the afternoon on Sunday at the old folks' home.
Yeah, but you got some very
But you got
valuable
experience.
experience.
Oh yeah, I know how to do like this when you don't like it.
I know what that means now.
Now, I read you played trumpet and French horn as a kid. Is that?
Yeah, I in Northwestern High School and Central High School, they had too many trumpet players. So she said, some of you guys got to start playing French horn. Witherspoon, go. Tried to move my chair to the other side. I grabbed this weird-looking horn.
Yeah.
Big thing, yeah.
And you play offbeat from that to.
But you got it down.
But I have French horn at home, and I
still play?
amaze people. Oh,
That's great.
You still play it or not?
But I have to warm up the mouthpiece. Then I hear some notes that nobody understands. They're doing like this again to me.
Special notes just for you.
All right, folks, we'll be right back. You're watching Great Day Live on KCWI.